Hello everyone and welcome to another Star Wars The Old Republic video where we have some new and very interesting cartel market sales. The Shipment 6 cartel packs are available on the GTN, and these are the shadow packs, so we have every single one. The Pilgrims, the Acolytes, the Apprentice, and the Master Shadows packs. Let me say firstly, these are pretty awesome. I love old cartel packs, and you're gonna see why in this video. And these are one of the better packs. I personally got rich off the shadow packs. Okay, the Acolyte Shadows packs were one of the first cartel packs I ever bought. They were the first ones I could ever afford. Keep in mind, at the point when I was buying them, which is a few years ago, you could pick up a hypercrate off the GTN for like 4 to 5 million credits. But also at the same time, those 4 to 5 million credits were a lot harder to obtain than they are now. But I was able to reach that point, and I bought a ton of these and I got rich off of them. Okay, those allowed me to get my first 20 to 30 to 40 million credits ish area, and when I got to that area I kind of skyrocketed, and that's how I made my fortune. And so I'm kind of biased. I love the Acolyte Shadows packs, and this video is not so much just new cartel market sales because there really is nothing else to talk about. It's just the shadow packs are now available and they're awesome. And so this will also be an is it worth it video. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the shadows packs very quickly and let you guys know why I think it's worth it, definitely. But also some of the negative aspects about the packs, and then more importantly some of the great aspects about the packs. So let's get into the is it worth it part right now. One just quick thing I want to mention is the additional character slots are still on sale, so this is pretty awesome. So obviously anyone who wants to get some new character slots for the Dark vs. Light event, I'm personally now starting to do the event myself, a little bit late to the party, but still I'm doing it now, and so those are coming in handy. But anyways, let's get into the is it worth it. So there are positive and negative aspects to the Shipment 6 cartel packs, okay? These are the shadow packs, and I think these are one of the best because they do contain cartel market certificates. And I will be doing a pack opening of these very shortly. I'll put that on my channel in the coming, I think next day, tomorrow, or the day after that. So you can see kind of what are the chances of getting cartel market certificates and what are the chances of getting some of the rarer items from the packs. But aside from that, these have some very nice drops, okay? They've got some really nice emotes. Pets are also okay in these packs. Normally you don't hear me saying that, but the emotes, the pets, the mounts, although they're all very common drops, they sell decently on the cartel market, which is an important thing. The only real big downside about the actual items that come out of these packs is they have these companion customizations that don't sell for a lot on the GTN, and the other downside is the weapons aren't too good, because normally the weapons play a big role in making a cartel pack profitable. If you have good weapons in those packs, then that's awesome, because those weapons will probably sell for like hundreds of thousands of credits, if not millions of credits on the GTN. Unfortunately, these weapons that come out of here, like the Starforged lightsaber, the Acolyte Shadows pack has the Starforged Betrayer Starforged lightsaber. Like, these don't sell too well on the GTN, unfortunately. And they're all bronze, as you can see, so they're going to be pretty common drops. But excluding those, you have some other really nice stuff. And this video, I'll just run over to the GTN and show you guys what it's selling for. At this moment right now, the GTN is not flooded because the new cartel market sales have just arrived, and so people who are buying these still have that cooldown timer for like 1.5 days, and so they can't flood the GTN yet. So the prices you're going to see right now are the prices that they were going for before this cartel market sale happened, and you're going to see that they sell for a ton. One quick thing to mention is, guys, it is a very good mark of a pack if its bronze items sell well, because keep in mind, while there are some amazing rare items like the Shea Vizsla armor, which sells for millions of credits, the majority of items you're getting out of these packs are those bronze kind of shitty items that drop, and there's a ton of them and the GTN gets flooded. But if those bronze items sell well, well, then you're getting a ton of items that sell decently on the GTN, and that's actually what ends up making you millions upon millions of credits from these packs. And what you're going to see is actually a lot of the bronze items from these packs sell super well on the GTN, which is a great part about these packs. Another great thing is cartel market certificates, guys. I will be doing a guide on cartel market certificates once again in the coming few days. It'll be probably uploaded alongside the pack opening, and it'll show you guys just how you can use those cartel market certificates and some nice tricks to get you some of the rarest items in the game, okay? If you're able to rack up cartel market certificates, I'll show you guys how to get the Revan's mask, Nihilus mask, hover chairs, command thrones very easily. The limiting reagent, guys, will be cartel market certificates. So honestly, get them while you can, because those are only available in Shipment 2 to Shipment 7 packs. And I'm pretty sure, like, I'm 99% sure they drop out of these packs. I'm not sure whether Bioware changed it, like maybe they just kind of reduced the chances of getting it, or maybe they took them out altogether. But I do recall that they dropped from these packs, and I myself have like 55, 60 of them racked up, and I have no clue what to do with them because I already have all the rare items I need. Because those cartel market certificates are the limiting reagent. That's what limits people from using those reputation vendors in the cartel bazaar. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will be doing a very detailed guide in the coming few days which will show you guys how to use those. However, the point to keep in mind is that these packs drop cartel market certificates, and those cartel market certificates are downright awesome. Okay, so that's another great part about these packs. The other great part about these packs is they drop reputation. Keep in mind you can only use cartel market certificates if you have reputation. And so these will also give you some nice reputation that you can then go ahead and get some really rare items from the reputation vendors. And once again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I will explain later. Okay, so now going on to what these packs are. The Initiate Shadows pack is not available, so it's just kind of the Pilgrim, Acolyte, Apprentice, and Master. Now I'm just going to be going through some of the items that stick out and show you guys what it's going for on the GTN, and show you guys that some of these bronze items and stuff actually sell really well. So if you just look at it, let's look at some. The Silent Ghost is a really nice looking armor set, and that's bronze. You have Theron Shan and Lana Beniko. These are both bronze, and they're obviously from iconic Star Wars characters. What you can see is they don't sell too well, but they still sell decently. Once again, another bronze armor set. These are filled with bronze armor sets, but the funny thing is they sell super well. And then obviously Revan Reborn, like you'll see that, and that is kind of the highlight of the Pilgrim Shadows pack. Like all these packs have a highlight, something that makes them really good. And the Pilgrim Shadows pack, like the only reason you'd even want to buy this pack out of the other ones is because of the Revan Reborn. In case you are wondering, I will quickly mention I think the Acolyte Shadows pack is the best out of these four. Reason being, I'm just kind of biased to it. As you guys can see, I've collected 27% of this pack, and if you know me, you know I don't collect stuff. I sell it on the GTN. But I opened so many of these packs. Like, I've got a ton of stuff. Okay, so let's quickly look. So we got those. We'll quickly check what some of these armor sets are going for on the GTN. We got Silent Ghost. So obviously bracers, belts aren't going to sell so well. We're looking at the upper body armor and the helmet. As you guys can see, helmet's going for 325,000 credits, upper body armor is going for 850,000 credits. Now as I mentioned guys, you're not going to be getting millions off of these, but these are decent. These are decent from these packs. These are decent drops from these packs. Alright guys, so I just stopped my narration and recording there because I wanted to confirm that these packs did indeed drop cartel market certificates, because I was reading up in the chat. I don't know if you noticed up in the left of the chat there was some speculation going on about cartel market certificates, and I just ran online quickly to check that that they do indeed drop them, because I don't want to be giving you guys the information that hey, these things drop cartel market certificates and then you guys go ahead and spend money and stuff and then you realize oh, they don't actually drop them. But from what I can read online, they said that cartel market certificates drop from the Shipment 2 contraband packs to the Shipment 7 Explorer packs. And so, you know, if BioWare has reduced the chance of getting them, or if BioWare has removed them altogether from the packs, then I'm not aware of that. But okay, so keeping on going. So we have the Silent Ghost. Okay, so as you guys can see, sells decently. If you want to check quickly, Lana Beniko and the Theron Shan armor. These, as I mentioned, don't sell as well as some of the other stuff. As you can see, the tunic is 390k, and it's around that area. It doesn't have a helmet associated with it, so all we care about is really the upper body armor. And then Theron Shan is 190k for the vest, so decent. For a bronze item, that's actually really decent. Then obviously the big jackpot item is Revan Reborn. And the best thing about that pack is if you even just get one armor piece from the Revan Reborn, you'll make millions of credits. I mean, the bracers is going for 4.5 million credits. The boots is like 6 million, and don't even get me started about the helmet, which is 49 million, and the upper body armor is 75 million. And so that is obviously an awesome drop. So if you can get any Revan Reborn stuff from that pack, you are very, very lucky. One thing I wanted to quickly mention, and it's good information just to know about in general, is these bracers and stuff, right? What you would notice is bronze item bracers, like from the Silent Ghost and stuff, those are selling for like 10,000 credits. But if you have a gold item bracer that's really rare, it's like 4.5 million credits. And the reason these things actually sell that high of a price is not because of how they look. You can't even see the customization change when you put on some of these bracers. But people want to complete the item in their collection. So people want to have the Revan Reborn armor set unlocked in their collections for all of their characters. And the only way that they can do that is if they buy every single armor piece from the set, and then they unlock it on one character. So people have to pay these high prices for the Revan Reborn bracers because they want to unlock the whole armor set in their collections. And so that's generally why these actually sell at such high prices. Alright, so that was Revan Reborn. We'll quickly go and check some of the other stuff from the Pilgrim Shadows pack. I mean, Eidolon, they're all going to sell around that area, okay? Some of them might sell for less than the others. And then you have some really nice emotes. So Bottle Break and Traditional Dance, for example, those will sell very, very decently. Bottle Break I haven't checked recently, but I know Traditional Dance sells upwards of 500,000 credits. Bottle Break is decent, 100k, that's pretty low. But the Traditional Dance is another bronze item, okay? So these aren't rare drops, these are common drops. It's like, as you guys can see, 2.2 million credits, and that's still bronze, right? It's got the same drop rate as the Bottle Break. It's just they look different, obviously, and so some people are going to be willing to pay more credits for a certain emote than another one. Okay, so keep going on. We have some of these mounts. Now I'll just save you guys the grief. Like, these mounts aren't going to sell too well. You're going to be getting around 100k for them if you're lucky. The Plate Shadow Devourer is a gold mount, and so that's for the avid mount collector, because there is a silver version of a Plate Shadow that was released in the Gemini packs, I believe. And so if people do want a Plate Shadow, like a mount that looks like this, they can go ahead and get a silver one for like 300,000 credits. And so you're going to be limited with the amount of people that are actually willing to pay like 10-15 million credits for these. As you guys can see, there's 1 hour and 3 hours left on the auction house, and so that means that they didn't sell for however much time they were up there, but you're still going to make a few million credits off of this, so it's not going to sell that high though. Keep on going, checking some of the other stuff. We have the Lurgo series, the Oro Bird, and Mind Trap, for example. They have these toys, right? So these toys are allow you to regenerate your energy pool, and those were like discontinued in the Alliance packs. After the Strategy Alliance packs, we didn't see any new toys be released, but these do have them, and unfortunately, Grand Chance Cubes have devalued these toys to a large extent, but some of them have still go for high prices on the GTN. I'm not sure if the Mind Trap is one of those, but for the most part, they have been devalued. But the Mind Trap is not one of those, so these will still sell for a very, very high amount of credits. But if you look at something like, for example, Massage Bot, like these used to sell very high just by virtue of the fact they were cool looking toys. Now you can pick one up for 45,000 credits. And those are purely because of Grand Chance Cubes. Those are all common drops from these Grand Chance Cubes. Alright, so that's enough of this. So you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. With the Acolyte Shadows packs, this is one of my favorites because it has some really nice bronze stuff, but that bronze stuff sells very, very decently on the GTN. I mean, Nomad, Formal Militant, Harbinger, Blade Savant, Revenant Pursuer, those are all bronze armor sets. And it's very interesting because these old packs had tons of bronze armor sets. That was normal at this point. Now what you'll see is only a few bronze armor sets be released in the new Cartel packs, and there's a lot of silver armor sets now. But as you guys can see, the helmet you can pick up for 165k, but the upper body armor, which is super nice, goes for like 950k. Fearsome Harbinger is another one. As you can see, selling decent, 100k for the upper body armor, but the helmet is pretty rare, 995k. And finally, we'll check Blade Savant quickly. Also, one thing to keep in mind is look out for these on the GTN, because the GTN could very much get flooded with the release of these new packs, and some of these bronze stuff, because they're such common drops, will reduce in value on the GTN, and so you might get some really, really good deals for these. Like, you might see some of these bronze stuff that's selling right now for like 300-400,000 credits go for like 10,000, 15,000 credits in the coming few days, and so that's something to keep your eye out for. Alright, and then Revenite Pursuer. This one is awesome. Like, this is Revenite, and it was really, really popular because when Shadow of Revan was released and stuff, a lot of people wanted this stuff, and people still kind of do. You can see it's going for a ton of credits on the GTN. The upper body armor is 650k, but the helmet is kind of the big prize of this, and it's got 2.6 mil on the GTN. So that's pretty crazy. For a bronze armor, like, let me tell you, this is a very, very common drop from the Acolyte Shadows packs. And then I believe there is the Shea Vizsla. That's going to sell for millions on the GTN. That's a very, very popular armor set. And then you have some really nice emotes as well, some nice mounts, and one-man band. And the Savannah Veranticus was an ultra rare drop from these packs, even though it's only gold rarity now. Like, I remember I opened 6-7 hyper crates of these, and I didn't get a single one of these Savannah Verenticuses, because it was just an ultra rare drop at that point. It was the first Veranticus to ever be released in the game, and the first mount that was that big. Like, you know how now you see Rancors and Walkers and stuff like that? At this point, this was the first type of mount to be released of its kind, and it was super rare. So same with the Apprentice Shadows pack, you kind of get where I'm going. And one thing is, if you are looking to invest in these packs, go ahead and go in the collections tab, see the items that come out of this pack, and then check them on the GTN to make sure that they're going for a high price. And now is the time to check it, because now is going to tell you what they actually go for. Because in the coming few days, the GTN will get flooded a little bit and prices will drop, and so those won't be an accurate reflection of the maximum amount of credits you can make from this. As you guys can see, we have the Revenite Vindicator breastplate, so that is gold, right? But if you look at some of the other ones, I think the Master Shadows pack, it has the Revenite Avengers armor set. Now that is a really popular armor set, and it's actually silver. So that's the kind of stuff to keep in mind, because while you may look at the Initiate Shadows pack, for example, and say it's got the Revan Reborn armor set, like that's awesome, that's going to make me millions of credits. Well, you could open up 5-6 hyper crates and not get a single Revan Reborn armor piece because it's so rare. But if you opened up the Master Shadows pack, for example, you're going to be getting a lot of these Revenite Avenger because they are silver rarity, so they are much more common than gold. And so that's something to keep in mind, because you can still make millions of credits off of these armor pieces. And sometimes it's better to say open a Master Shadows pack and get 3 Revenite Avenger pieces and sell them for 5 million credits each on the GTN, than open up an Initiate Shadows pack hoping to get just one Revan Reborn armor piece. But again, it's your choice. It's about what you're going to have most fun doing. And so yeah, I'm not going to go through each one because the video is getting a little bit too long, but yeah, that's the kind of the point. You can kind of see where the prices are on the GTN for these. They sell decently. The bronze armor stuff is just really common, but it still sells in the hundreds of thousands credits range, which is very good for bronze stuff, and those are all common drops. It drops cartel market certificates, which are very good, and I will be releasing a video soon just showing how great they are. They have a lot of reputation associated with them, so opening these packs will give you that reputation. And finally, they have decorations. Okay, so that's the last thing I want to talk about for these packs. One of the things that you don't see is that, which you don't see especially in the collections tab, is all of these packs give you decorations, and those decorations, from my experience, sell a ton on the GTN. They sell really well. You'll often get sales for them, and they sell upwards of 500-600,000 credits, even for just bronze decorations. For common looking decorations, they sell a ton. And these are all old packs, and especially the Shadows packs, the Explorers packs, the Stronghold packs. These all have decorations in them, and all of those decorations just sell super well. That's just from my experience. I opened a Wild Space Explorers pack a few months ago, and I showed how I made 30 million credits off of it, and majority of those credits were just because I was getting tons of decorations from these packs, which were selling for millions on the GTN. And the same thing's going to happen with these Shadows packs you open. They're going to give you decorations, and those decorations sell very well. So that's kind of my take on these new cartel market sales, and as you guys can tell, I do definitely think it's worth it. You'll make a ton of credits, and I will show you my luck and what I can make in a new pack opening I will do in the coming few days. So I'll do a pack opening, and I'll show you guys what those items are going for on the GTN, quite frankly just kind of how many credits I actually made from doing that. And so then it'll help you decide maybe whether you want to do it yourself. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.